Hello, Aphrodite here. And this video I haven't even I don't even know what am I gonna talk about, but there are certain things I'm seeing on YouTube which I feel you guys should be aware of, which is pick a card tarot reading, which is not a bad thing in my opinion, especially in TikTok. The pick a card reading can be extremely um irrelevant and also toxic, and it doesn't really represent the art of tarot reading properly. So and of course there is a reason. I'm not bashing anyone and I'm not shaming anybody. Even I wanted to do pick a card reading. I'm not really sure if I'm ever gonna do that. I'm planning to do one, but the problem with this kind of pick a card reading is that most of the time it's not about the creator, it's more about the people who are receiving from the other end. So because of the YouTube algorithm, YouTube would keep giving you videos you're looking for, right? So if you have asked for a love reading or something, like if you look for a love reading or something, and then it would keep suggesting you new love reading from new people. So it's very important before receiving any kind of tarot reading that we are at least self-aware. We are in a cozy place, and actually listening to the reader. And I have seen so many YouTubers actually making videos on how some people are preying on people's emotion. They're not really doing that, in my opinion. They're just trying to do a collective reading. And when collective reading happens, you should only take the things that resonates with you. And also, most readers are trying to be as kind as possible. They don't want to be brutal. So for example, if I'm seeing a love reading and if I'm seeing in the future, like even though I do not do future reading, but some people are trying to give you all the motivation and all the positivity, excluding the negative things or the challenging things that are about to come in your life, right? So they, even if they see that, they wouldn't want to tell you about it because they would lose subscribers that way. So the problem is, we do not, we as in we as people who receive the reading from the tarot reader, we do not want to hear the bad things, the negative things, and therefore the brutal readers are usually under the rock because they do not want to play into the circus. You know what I mean? So this is exactly why I chose the celebrity tarot reading, because the celebrity is not going to get offended because people are making all kind of videos about them. But their fans do. But then again, I'm not talking about them. So I can give you like a real life example. I sometimes do readings for people on Omegle. So I randomly do people reading for people on Omegle. Not everybody, only with the people I can connect with, right? So a few days ago saw this three friends were there and I was doing reading for them, and two of them got really good readings. Like they actually had very good thing coming for them, and of course I did talk about the obstacles, and the other person did not really have a good reading. And I, of course, whenever I say something wrong, I'm not wrong, I'm sorry, when I deliver a bad news, I always try to be as kind as possible, and also I do tell them what they can do in order to change that thing to happen, or at least order to change that kind of energy from their life, right? But then I remember the other two girls who got the good reading, they wanted to talk to me more. They just wanted to ask me about myself, and they wanted to have a conversation with me. And the other lady, the one that didn't get much a good reading, she just wanted to like skip me and find another reader. You know what I mean? So this is exactly what happens if a pick a card tarot reader tells you a bad news, and if you cannot handle it, then you might would just never subscribe to their channel. So they just want to stick to the good side of the reading. So it can be, for example, I have done a love reading on a lady, and I did tell her that I saw in her reading that her boyfriend is a wonderful person and they will have a great marriage, but it would be a boring marriage. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be like a burning passion. Oh my God, all lovey-dovey, all kissing. Like it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't be like a romantic Hollywood movie. It would be more like a settled, best friendy kind of relationship. And yeah, and then one thing you would crave in this relationship is romantic compatibility. But if you can ignore that part, it would be a great relationship, great family life, great financial gains and everything from that relationship. And she was a bit upset about that, you know. So the thing is, we cannot really have it all. If somebody has told you you can have it all, they're lying to you. Maybe in different stages of your life you can have it, or like you can have certain things, like maybe in the first stage you will have romance, second stage you would have the friendship, third stage you would have the stability, you know. Life doesn't go, first of all, as we plan, and secondly, it doesn't like I mean, even if it goes as we planned, it wouldn't happen in the exact time we planned it, right? So but some people are not really good at receiving those kind of readings. So um, people who really want to make it big on YouTube through their pick a card reading, they just try to hide those parts when they do a love reading, especially a love reading, right? Mm. So that's there, and of course there are some scammers, especially I think on TikTok, like very small, like when reading becomes something of an addiction, it is toxic. Any kind of addiction, it could be going to a tarot reader, doing a lot of astrology, even a lot of even like praying all the time can be toxic. You need a distance. You need a distance from the things you really enjoy. You know, excess of anything is toxic. It could be anything. It could be tarot reading, it could be singing, it could be dancing, it could be acting, it could be anything that you like to do, right? So, see, it's very important that before receiving any kind of reading, we go to that place with an open mindset. And if the reader is brutal, we receive it. And if the reader is only telling you the positive thing, take it with a grain of salt. Maybe they're hiding the challenging parts there. Okay, but there are some amazing readers who are brutal and who would actually give you very good advices, and I tend to be a reader like that, and which is not a very popular. I mean, those channel who actually brutally does your reading are not very popular channel. They're not the one with a lot of subscribers, right? So mm, sorry, I'm sipping my coffee. So that's there, and also make sure that you only click on a video when you're really like really feeling it, not because YouTube has suggested you a video and you just have to click on that. Sometimes if you listen to the video, or if you listen to the reading, you would know that this reading is not about you. You know that nothing like that is happening in my life, but you would still keep on listening because it's giving you a lot of pleasure and motivation. There is nothing wrong with that. But then again, you will question the tarot reader, like why nothing of that sort has actually happened to my life yet. So that is also there. And also, if someone does future reading, which I totally despise doing, like I do not agree with doing a future reading, because for me tarot reading is more like a forecast. So it tells you what is your energy like at the moment. So that, and also like I try to make my videos, or not videos, like whenever I do a reading on someone, I always try to make sure that the person gets something out of the reading, something helpful that can transform their life. So even so see it as a forecast. I'm never gonna do a future reading where I can like tell this is what's gonna happen to your life, and blah 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 will happen to your life, blah 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 will happen to your life, blah 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 might would happen to your life according to your current energy. But if you decide to change energy, which we do all the time, we do it more than we know. We change our decisions all the time. We're not very stable. Human mind is not very stable unless you are someone who is very stable, very logical, always stick to the point, and then those people would never come to a tarot reading. And or if you are like undecided in your brain all the time, the reading will only make sense at the prior to the time you're actually receiving the reading. It might would change. especially for like people who change their mind a lot and who has like hard time stabilizing their mind, right? So so what we can do is after receiving a reading, if we really like it, we should work really hard on actually, because it's basically is telling you, even if you take a future reading, it's basically telling you that you are capable of having those things. It's on your card. It's on your card, but are you actually gonna manifest that in real life? uh it will actually happen if you go towards that dream. So for example, um I remember giving a girl a reading about this guy, and she was like in love with her, and she really wanted to be with her. And she asked me the potentiality of this relationship, and I did see a lot of potentiality in that relationship, marriage, engagement stuff, like big news, it's like that. And then she met another guy, whom she liked way more than the other one, and she changed her action, and she changed her mind, and then she went to that guy. So all the potential that she had with the other guy has gone because she has made a different decision. You know what I mean? So um um that you need to consider all these things when you're receiving a tarot reading. mm, and I think that's it. That's all I wanted to say. And if you are a reader, if you do tarot reading on people, make sure that you do it on yourself numerous amount of time before even doing a reading for other person, because it might harm them. It might be like, it might break their heart if you say something, and then or like even if like if your reading is not accurate, like it can lead them towards a wrong path. So it's very important that with psychic power comes responsibility. So be responsible with your readings, right? Do not overdo the reading. Do not uh, say something. Do not do reading on someone because you want to take a revenge on them. Try to be nice and respectful, because psychics, if they're doing their work in a very, I wouldn't use the word unholy, but immoral or unholy. Okay, let me just use the word. So if you're using your psychic power in an unholy or immoral way, you will entangle more and more karma in your life, which is not a good thing. If I'm telling you, like that's why you will see a lot of psychic with extreme abilities, but yet in their physical life they're suffering a lot. It's because they have practiced very irresponsible psychic works. So don't do that. Always cleanse around your energy. Always try to be mindful about it. Always try to be conscious about it. Don't make it a like a circus game. If you are using your psychic practices, if you're practicing your psychic abilities, make sure that you can contribute something to people's life rather than just showing off your power and your skill and taking advantage of a person. Because what the kind of vibration we send to the world, it will come back to us even if we don't want to, even if we are conscious. So those things are also very important to keep in mind. Well, that's enough blabbering and enough talk. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I will come back with another celebrity reading very soon. Until then, stay blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, bye bye. Love you all. Mwah.